鲜柔的，
好
多少钱？20好。好，谢谢，哎，拜拜，拜拜。Hey there, guys. Yeah, so I just went into that baozi restaurant and bought a baozi. Mainly, well, the first reason I was hungry, and the second reason is I wanted to illustrate a point. Now, if you don't speak Chinese, I'll just tell you that that baozi cost around 20 Taiwanese dollars, which roughly converts into the money we use in the UK to around 50 pence, more or less, give or take a few pence. So 50 pence for a baozi sounds ridiculously cheap, considering if you go to Chinatown in London or anywhere else in the UK, I think Liverpool has one. If you go to a Chinatown and you order a baozi, it's going to cost a little more than 50 pence. I think the last time I was in London, it was almost £2 for a baozi. I could be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But yeah, roughly around £2. So 50 pence to me sounds incredibly cheap. However, and this is a very, very big however, I'm not naive or ignorant enough to think that just because it's cheap for me means that it's cheap for everybody that lives here, right? I'm sure that there are some people who are making the absolute minimum wage here where that $20 baozi is quite expensive for them, right? So I just watched a video by by our good friends the Barretts, those British pro-CCP spouting propaganda loving Barretts, and they were basically walking around Beijing. What happened to my voice there again? My voice keeps breaking. I think I'm going through puberty or something. But yeah, they were walking around Beijing talking about how everything is cheap, how cost of living there is extremely cheap compared to the UK, and how they can afford to rent an expensive apartment and eat out in restaurants every day, and how it's just amazingly cheap. But they didn't factor into the equation that there's poor old Zhang Ai, you know, the street cleaner, walking around, sweeping the streets all day, every day. She's like 70 years old, no family to help support her, no social welfare system to help her, all of her medical bills she has to pay herself. They didn't think about her, who is like, you know, on absolute minimum wage. I think the minimum wage in Beijing for a street cleaner is around 39,000 RMB a year, which roughly converts to about, let's see, maybe about 4,000 pounds. So yeah, poor old Zhang Ai is not living the life of luxury. She can't afford all of these luxurious things, and she can't go to restaurants every day. You know, she's cooking at home, she's buying all of the cheap food. Yeah, so really in that video they just come across as so naive and so ignorant, and I really think they need to open their eyes and see what's really going on in China. I think they should go and visit a really poor rural area and see how the people are living there, and then they can start talking about how cost of living in China is cheaper and how things in China are much cheaper than everywhere else. Okay, it's all relative to what you earn, and if the Barretts had a decent job in the UK, if they were making a lot of money in the UK, they could have a very comfortable life. You know, I know a lot of people in the UK who are making a good salary, a good wage, and they're living very comfortably. I would argue that there's more people in the UK living comfortably than there are in mainland China, okay? In mainland China, it's a dog-eat-dog world. It's survival of the fittest. And if you're not fit to work, or like, you know, go and slave away and just save money continuously and don't think about anything else, just constantly save for the future, If you're not in that position, a position where you can do that, then you're pretty much screwed, okay? In the UK, if somebody's out of work, if somebody, you know, can't afford to pay their rent, they can claim housing benefits. They can get unemployment benefits. There's benefits all around to help almost everybody. Yeah, the UK does have homeless people. You know what? Every country has homeless people, and that's another problem, and that's another topic. But you know, to say that everything in China is cheap just because it's cheap for you, it just comes across as just a completely ridiculous statement. And guys, you really need to do your research, okay? You really need to look into the big picture and see what's going on all over the place before you come to a conclusion like that. So anyway, that's my little rant. You know, I just want to say that although these Barrett guys are naive, and yeah, they're just really ignorant, I don't have a major problem with them. I just wish that they would stop comparing countries like this and just go around China and just show us the amazing stuff, you know? What's the point of walking around Beijing, a really beautiful city with some amazing places to see, and talking about the cost of living? Why don't you go and show us some apartments in Beijing? Why don't you show us some people, you know, some rich people, some poor people? Show us a little bit of a contrast there. Don't just always focus on this propaganda that the CCP wants you to push, okay? You're doing a disservice to the people in the UK, but most importantly, you're doing a disservice to the people in China, okay? So anyway, that's my little rant over. I'm off to work, so I'll see you guys in the next video. This is Yang Guiza signing off. Take it easy, guys. Thanks for watching.